If you get tired, we'll bring a chair. I'm going to say a little bit, and I'm going to just welcome everybody. Ryan, our regional director, is going to, as a certificate, maybe say some things. And then my understanding is there's some other master gardeners and people here that want to say. I know Lee has something, and Betsy. Anybody else, that's fine. Take a hurry. And you can say something. You want to start? Oh, so I'm Earl Allen. I'm the County Extension Director for Fulton, Mason, Peoria, and Tazewell. And I've known Rhonda since 2005 when I was Extension. We were county director colleagues at that time. And she was in Fulton, I was in Woodford. And then she decided to go work for Ryan at the regional office. And then I slipped into this county. Because I wanted to go where there's a really strong program. So I got nice things to say about you. Yeah, it's always been a privilege to work with Rhonda. I've seen her in many roles. You've done lots of different roles through your career. The county director in my time, county director, associate regional director, horde educator for 2 units, and then the horde educator for this unit. And yeah, she's been a privilege to work with in all those roles. And just year in and year out, she just does exemplary work. That's what I just been real impressed. Wonderful. And your voice and talent is going to be really missed by the unit and the whole organization. Because she's had statewide impacts just over her career in every position she's been in. So it's just great. Just a big, we're going to miss you a lot. How many of you like Krispy Kreme donuts? They're like one of my favorite kind of donuts. But what I like doing is going to the stores. Have you ever been to Krispy Kreme donut store where they make the donuts? And I've always been really intrigued watching those machines work. And I get mesmerized watching those donuts. I can spend hours there. I don't have video games. But I do love things about me. But likewise, I've always been mesmerized watching Rhonda work. She's like the most organized, efficient, detailed person I've ever seen. Someone that I always wanted to be. But anyway, that's just, I'm going to think about you every time I go to Krispy Kreme. I'm going to miss watching you work and all of a sudden I miss you as a person too. So best wishes and congratulations. And I'm going to turn it over to Ryan for this.
So Earl could spend a couple hours at Krispy Kreme and I just look like I live.
When you're there, do your eyes glaze over?
So I've known Rhonda for 18 years. Here's my speech. So when I came to Illinois, I remember you were the horticulture educator here. And then I had a vacancy in the unit leader back then, county director today. And I begged, well, actually, I had you as interim, because we didn't have a whole lot of choice. But then I begged and pleaded for you to apply for this job. And you did.
I didn't the first time.
Oh, okay, so we had a failed search?
Yeah.
I probably did that on purpose. So then she became the county director, and then I started using you part-time as an associate regional director. And then we moved it to full-time, and so that was 6 years.
Yeah.
And so you commuted to Springfield, and sometimes you were able to work out at home. Because you had a swimming pool on the ground. So Rhonda was with me, and then we did this thing called reorganization, which was painful, but it was a positive change today because fiscally we're sound, and especially now that we're starting to get money from the state. And so 30 years. We all aspire to get there. So, but anyway, congratulations. On behalf of University of Illinois Cooperative Extension, a certificate in celebration of your service and your retirement.
Great, thank you.
It doesn't work for me
That's
anymore.
right.
I probably invented that movement because I always said, no, you're female, I'm male. I can't do it. Thanks a lot, Rhonda.
Oh, yes.
So I have, well, I'll start down here. My cousin Pam and her husband Tom, and they are in Astoria, so they go camping with us a lot. So thanks for coming. And my Aunt Joyce, my mom's sister, my sister Lynn, who took me to the Cub Cardinal game last Friday on my last day. I took my floating holiday. My husband Mark, which I think a lot of you know my husband Mark, and my 2 boys are in California, and then this is my mom and dad.
Lady, you want to speak now?
Yeah,
Okay.
because he once said that my sister is very organized and neat.
Some rebuttal
Growing
time?
up, her room was a mess.
Her room was next to the dining room, so her door got left open. Rhonda's door always got closed. This is coming from the girl who folded her clothes before she put them in the clothes hamper, in the dirty clothes hamper.
I didn't intend to start a family.
And
Doris, you want to say something?
about the Krispy Kreme donuts, I just had to say, I worked in Indianapolis, and, well, then when my husband moved back here, I still had 3 years to work, so I would drive back and forth on weekends, and I had this janitor that would bring in Krispy Kreme donuts every Friday. So then he'd say, well, just take these to your grandsons. Well, then, every Friday, he would keep buying more donuts, so I'd have lots of donuts to bring back. So Rhonda's boys, they expected me to stop by their house on the way to our house every Friday with Krispy Kreme donuts. And then a year later, I went back to a funeral, and I stopped and bought Krispy Kreme donuts, and they thought Willie had sent them Krispy Kreme donuts again. Oh, Willie sent us donuts. So, anyway, it made me have memories.
Betsy, you got something you want to say or read or sure? What's the rumor about?
Well, I have to thank Julia and Norm for talking me into going for the Master Gardening Program. It was wonderful. I was so sick when I went to your invitational, let's do this, and I can't say no today, but, so thank you very much. He was my mentor, and Rhonda, you did such wonderful things in our classes. You gave us such great presentations and tips and so on. And so I have written this 2-verse ode to Rhonda. Actually, it's a limerick. So. There once was an MG named Rhonda, whom we're all so terribly fond of. She works way too hard for us and her yard. If she'll stay, we'll buy her a Honda.
Second verse.
You know, the vroom vroom kind.
Yeah.
Harley didn't rhyme.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. this mentor to all named Ferree has taught us and pushed us to query. She'll answer the phone and worked hard all alone. Her knowledge could fill a library. Now, for my grand finale. Verse 3. Now, this is an audience participation thing. I have adapted a very popular song that you all know the chorus to. So I will start with the verse, and then you can join in, and you will end the chorus with my last line. So remember that last line, okay? I put it in the garden, but the deer ate all of my buds. My hostas are a wreck, and because of the terrible slugs. Well, Rhonda, that made me cry. And I'll give you all the reasons why. You gotta help me, Rhonda. Help me do away with those bugs. Bum, 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 bum.
Help me, Rhonda. 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 Get rid of the bugs.
Next time you should have her play the guitar to help you.
Well, I promise I'm not going to sing. Everybody would leave. No, on behalf of the Tazewell County Master Gardeners, I definitely appreciate everything you've done. And I've known you for probably about 8 or 9 years now. She was very instrumental in terms of as we get involved with training and helping that. I think one of the areas that she another of the educators got very involved of putting together the Speakers Bureau programs. And they went forward and put together the training for people involved with Speakers Bureau, helping us to have the information to be able to go forward with that. I also got involved working with Rhonda with the Master Nationalist program. That she was the one that was initially spearheading, and that was before Christine even got appointed as the coordinator for this area. And that Patricia was with us along with Jill, and had the planning meetings out at Emacon with the 3 mics and Rhonda and that. But she really did a great job of putting that together. And then I was also very fortunate to convince her to do presentations with the OLLI program. And the OLLI is the Bradley program is for people 50 and over. And I think you now finally qualify. And she definitely did an outstanding job with probably half a dozen different programs that she did for me in the various seasons, and hoping that we can convince her sometime in her retirement to come back and reminisce on some of the things she's done. The song that she just did kind of reminded me of one that I think was in the winter program, where we were talking about the herbs and that, and you brought your guitar in for a couple of the ones, and that was kind of a special time as well. So again, Rhonda, we certainly appreciate everything you've done for us, and wish you all the best for a long and healthy retirement.
Thank you, Lee.
Anybody want to say something else? Just a few more minutes here, Bob.
So what that done, the first thing I heard was, oh boy. Let's see, Ronnie, 10 years that you got me involved in this, and Julia, my wife, got me involved in Master Gardeners. But I do have to take exception that she's not organized. We had this little event we put on once a year called Gardener's Bake Day. She started. Been going, this is our 20th year. Without her leadership in that, and just little things like, what did you do last time, or what do we need to do here? She has a spreadsheet that has every speaker on it, what their subject was from day one. I call that organization because I can't remember what we did last year. All I gotta do is go back and look at her spreadsheet. It's really neat. But we do wish you lots of fun in retirement. Ride the motorcycle safely.
Yes.
And we hope to see you at other events. All right.
My sister also does a lot of Excel in her job at the Fulton County Health Department. And so I have lots of Excel spreadsheets. And so when I wrote that last Can't Date Ledger column, I counted up that I had written 797 articles, and I have a list of every single one of them. Julia knows how I am. But I really enjoy doing that.
Earl, can I say something?
Yep.
I just wanted to say, I met Rhonda 21 years ago when we moved to this area, and I met her in church choir, so I love all the music here tonight. We hit it off right away. We had children about the same age, and right after meeting her, we became co-4-H leaders. So maybe some of you don't know that. But so I get to know Rhonda kind of before, during, and now I hope after. But it's just been a real pleasure. We were kind of the odd couple. She's real organized. I was real artistic, so kind of just a balance with that. We met somewhere in the middle, and she was always real gracious to me. So Rhonda, it's just been an honor to know you on a personal and a professional level. And I do wish you all the very best, and look forward to seeing you around.
Yep.